It is so poorly done I could scream. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Crassus Entertainment. I'm going to be doing another movie review kind of thing where I've already done one for the Velocipaster where I watch a bad film and I'll talk about it, essentially. I'll do a quick speed run and I'll give my opinions. If you like what you see, guys, do like, subscribe, all that usual YouTube jazz. Let's crack on. 1980s Flash Gordon. I'm shocked this got quite a high rating on Rotten Tomatoes than it did. I really am. It's bad. It's cheesy, it's tacky, it's bad, it's edited poorly, the structure of it just doesn't make sense, the script's a piece of crap. Honestly, I don't even know what more I can say about it. I mean, I'm just rattling off stuff, but still, come on. For those of you that have watched and enjoyed it, please do take into account this is just my personal opinion. But at the same time, do take into account what I have to say. If you haven't seen it, I would not recommend watching it. The movie starts with Ming's space ray causing havoc and natural disasters on Earth. We then see Flash and Dale getting onto a personal plane even though they have no connection to each other whatsoever. Why would a star quarterback travel with a random estate agent? Scientists doing science work. Scientists notice they're being attacked by aliens. Flash and Dale have to land the plane and conveniently land into Zarkov's lab, without a scratch I might add. Zarkov then kidnaps Flash and Dale and forces the rocket to go off in an attempt to save the Earth. They're all taken prisoner once they land. They interrupt some tribute thing between varying races pledging allegiance to Emperor Ming. This is Ming's daughter, hence known as Slag. A random football game ensues in which Flash ends up getting taken for execution while Zarkov is taken for memory wiping and Dale to become a bride of Ming. For some reason, Flash wants to see Dale despite knowing each other for only a few hours. Flash is executed, Zarkov is reprogrammed, and Dale is being prepared for Ming's mighty Wang. Aha, psych! Flash was saved by Ming's daughter, who is clearly banging this guy, and wants to bang Flash. She sneaks him out of the palace to go to a knockoff forest moon of Endor. Meanwhile, Dale also amazingly escapes captivity and runs into Zarkov, who, surprise surprise, resisted the brainwashing attempt and is absolutely fine. Slag tries to persuade the prince to hide Flash for her. He's having none of it and lowers Flash into the swamp. Ming's lot are aware that Flash is alive and that everyone has escaped, so they give chase. Zarkov and Dale are captured by the Hawkmen. They tell them that
Gordon's alive?
Flash escapes the cage and scraps the prince, only for both of them to be captured by the Hawkmen. Meanwhile, the Slag is tortured and revealed to betray Ming. Flash and Dale are reunited. The Flash and Prince fight. Flash wins but saves Prince. Ming's police arrive. Flash murders someone. Ming arrives and takes Prince, Zarkov, and Dale, leaving Flash to die with the Hawkman Kingdom. Flash escapes. Dale is prepared to be wed to Ming. Slag saves everyone. Security really isn't important to this Emperor. Flash recruits the Hawkmen to fight and take a Ming spaceship, which then Flash flies through the palace, which impales Ming. Earth is saved somehow. That's the end, essentially. First off, let's see how the female characters in this film are written. Now, bear in mind, this was the 1980s. It wasn't really normal for a lot of women to get predominant fleshed out roles, but at the same time, this does an exceptionally bad job. From the very first scene with Flash Gordon in it, he's already acting creepy. Like, ridiculously creepy. He gets on the plane with her, and he casually mentions how he asked the matron d' about her. Why not just go up and ask her? And then they make Dale so passive and fine with that kind of it's a little bit weird, like it might be in terms of a shy person, but if he's a star quarterback, he's not really going to be the shy type. Doesn't make sense to me. And then when they're in the plane, if you listen, they're reusing the same sound effect over and over, regardless what's happening.
What the hell?
My God, where are the pilots?
My trolley's going. Grab that wheel. Help me pull her up.
So that's just bad. That's just really poor editing from my perspective. And I understand she's scared of flying. I understand she may want some comfort, but jumping into his lap, really? I imagine most women or most men, anyone really who isn't scared and have gotten to talking to to the person sitting next to them even, they might grab an arm, they might ask if they can hold the hand. That's understandable, that's comfort, that can be a sign of comfort. But literally jumping into his lap.
What's happening, Flash?
Fuck's sake. The women in this movie are so sexualized and so two-dimensional. It's actually an insult. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, Ming's daughter's as cool as what she is. She's a slag, wanting to shag everything and everyone that bloody moves. The second Flash Gordon walks in, she's all over him and wants him for herself. The women in this movie are either being touched or touching someone else. I don't really see any scene where they're not touching someone else, unless there's very few scenes anyway with that kind of concept. And it just makes no fucking sense. The people that wrote this movie do not know how to write strong female characters. That much is evident. It's so painfully obvious. Again, it was the 80s. I can let a little bit slide. I can let a little bit just go past, because a lot of women in a lot of roles, especially all those years ago, were just the screaming woman there to be saved by the dashing hero. Oh, I've got so much to talk about when it comes to dashing hero, when it comes to Flash. Fucking hell, I hated this film. I could go on about the women in this movie, but there's only one more point I want to bring up, and that is the casual grooming of her. So when she's being prepared to have her, I don't know, relationship consummated with Ming, the other brides are literally trying to give her a drug. They're essentially trying to give her a low-level rehypno. It won't make her forget, but it will cause her to not care about what happens. Casual sexual assault. God, no.
Drink this.
What is it?
It has no name. Many brave men died to bring it here from the galaxy of pleasure. It'll make your nights with Ming more agreeable.
Will it make me forget?
No, but it will make you not mind remembering.
Fucking hell. Not the kind of thing I thought would be in this movie. But let's move on. Let's go on, because otherwise I could be talking about this for bloody hours. Ming. Emperor Ming. First off, played off by a white guy. The only thing that is a saving grace, he doesn't put on an accent. Thank God. He doesn't try to act like an Asian person. It's not like massively racist. It's not like in your face racist. Just a little bit there. And to be fair, representation in filming in the 80s was nowhere near as the level that it's at now. So I could probably let that slide. That's not really a big point that I want to make. But what a shit villain. He's just a shitty, forgettable villain. His plan makes no fucking sense for starters. He's just playing around with her, doing all this shit to blow it up. Because that's what he does, and he rules kingdoms and blah, blah, blah. But how he struggles so much to kill one human being. One human. Not even one that's a superhero. It's a fucking football player. I can't even call it football. American football player. Let's talk about our hero, Flash Gordon. I did not like him specifically. First off, he has his fucking name on his shirt in one of the first scenes we see him. Conveniently, he's had flying lessons, and he manages to land a plane without getting so much as a scratch, him or Dale. God knows how that's happened. No bloody clue, but okay, we move. Then, this whole footballing scene in the palace, it only lasts a few minutes, but it feels longer.
Yeah.
Are your men on the right pills? Maybe you should execute their trainer.
He played American football with them. what they were trying to tackle. And these are meant to be highly trained guards of a palace. Yes, I don't understand. There's 4 of them, I think, or 5, and they can't just tackle one bloke. They just stand there and wait to be hit and wait to have stuff thrown at them. Baffles me. Why? The costumes. I will give the costumes some kind of kind word, I suppose. They were quite eccentric, very colourful, very out there. So, kind of, some of them are weird. Like they had little people wearing them, or children. I don't really know. We could never tell. But they looked like they were wearing fucking tents. They looked like they were wearing tents, and some of them were on fucking chains. Did you see?
Come along, Fellini.
The only saving grace of this movie that I found was Brian Blessed. Maybe, and even his character was a bit of only because he had some comedic value. The wedding, we'll talk about the wedding. So Adele's wearing a black dress, and I think this is symbolism for the fact that she doesn't want to get married to Ming. In which case, bravo, very well done. But why is the daughter wearing white? Dale falls in love with Flash Gordon very, very, very quickly, even for 80s Hollywood. Like, my God. So when Zarkov first takes off, he reckons that they have 11 days before the moon crashes into Earth and destroys it. Fine. Zarkov says 11 days. By the time they're reunited with Flash Gordon in the Hawkman kingdom, Zarkov is saying that they have like 14 hours left. So they've been there for about 10 days or so. They've gone through all this stuff over a course of 10 days. Dale sees Flash Gordon again, runs up to him, hugs him, and says that she's just got engaged to him. That baffled. I had to pause the film at that point. They've literally known each other for 10 days. All of this probably took, maybe a day. They've probably spent about an equivalent of a day or two together. And apparently they're in love. That's not believable in any sense. That's not logical. It's not believable. It doesn't happen like that. And if it does, they got problems with their brain. She's fallen in love with him and he's fallen in love with her. So quickly, it's unbelievable and it's almost laughable. It is so ridiculously laughable. That bit annoyed me more than anything about how Dale was so desperate with Flash and he was desperate with her. That bit annoyed me more than anything because it just shows really poor writing, really poor character development. Is there even any character development? I can't say that there is. At the beginning, Dale is a frightened woman needing Flash to save her. At the end, she's still a frightened woman needing Flash to save her. Oh, I've just remembered a point. Flash, why, during the battle scenes, did they feel the need that anytime Flash Gordon came on screen to go Flash and then slowly play the theme tune throughout?
Nothing can save me now.
In range.
Where did you men come from? Not too bad.
Long. Also, when he was crashing into the palace, how long did that fucking take? That was longed out. That was dragged out completely. It was ridiculous because they kept cutting in with other bits. This is what I mean by poorly edited. It was all over the shop. 1 second you'd have Flash going in towards the building. The next one you'd have the bloody Prince trying to take down the field. Then you'd have Zarkov worrying about it. Then you'd have a Hawkman, back to Flash, back to Ming. And then it was just so poorly edited. You couldn't really follow a lot of it. It's just, fuck me. Made no sense. Made no fucking sense. And then apparently, for no reason whatsoever, the little robot thing comes out and says, Flash, you've saved the Earth. Yeah! What?
You've saved your Earth. Have a nice day.
Yeah!
Where was that established? How has that happened? Unless it happened days ago and Ming didn't tell anyone, that doesn't make sense. Earth is gone. Scientifically speaking, it doesn't work like that. Logically speaking, it doesn't work like that. Movie making doesn't work like that. I don't care what kind of alien technology you've got. That doesn't happen. Ever. At some point, the laws of physics override your technology. I could go on about this film for so long. But anyway, guys, this is going to drag on now if I keep going the way I'm going. So I will leave it there. Please do leave your comments. Let me know. Did you like the Flash Gordon movie? This is the 1980s one, by the way. I don't know if there's other movies out there, but there might be. But this is the 1980s Flash Gordon movie. Did you like it? If you did, let me know why. If you didn't like it, let me know why. Have I missed anything? I mean, I probably have. I've got a lot in my head, and I don't have all the time in the world to talk about it. But do let me know your thoughts. And let me know some recommendations for movies you'd like me to watch. I'll see you in the next video.